Welcome back to the Gord Standard, presented by See You Next Tuesday. We're currently at Sleepless Studios for the first time. Shout out, thank you. I'm sitting down with Gitika.
Hi.
And we're here to talk about Gitika, the brand, today. Me and Gitika met kind of recently through my boyfriend, Sean. But like every time I see her, it's like such a nice time.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's kind of how we met. It's,
Yes.
it's like, yep, that's it.
Yep, it's over. No, yeah, we did meet through Sean, and we haven't got to spend as much time together, but more recently we have, and it's been super nice getting to know you and getting to have a key.
Because I feel like you've been downtown a lot, and it's just like, it's really fun every time. It's like you and Sean had like a whole day, and then I came like halfway through, and the day was still like 8 hours long for me. So it's like, damn, you hung out for a while.
Yeah, we really did. We really did.
Why is Gitika here? Well, it's like a little Shop Gitika is a brand she just launched. It's all her. There was a lot that went into the creative process, and I wanted to talk about it with her because I feel like it's very cool, and you don't really hear people doing that very often.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
I know Gitika through my boyfriend Sean. They are friends from I think like high school, even before that.
Yeah, from high school. Yeah.
And yeah, I met her for the first time. It was funny. I think it was his birthday 2 years ago. And I was like so intimidated because we were like just started talking. And he's like, oh yeah, come to my birthday party and all my friends are going to be there. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And that's where I met Gitika and Julia, actually.
Yes.
It's like, shout out Julia. She's behind the scenes. And yeah, every time I'm with you, it's just like such a nice time. Like we don't get to hang out often, but when I do, it's like always a treat.
No, I agree. I think it's been nice. I've been in the city a lot more, so it's been really nice to get to spend more time together.
Yeah. It's just like as we get into summer, it's just gonna be just so good. And you're always here so often for like bags and stuff.
Yes.
I mean, for those who aren't watching, I'm talking about bags. So Gitika launched a line of bags. I think it was this year, last month.
It was, our launch party was February 22nd.
So on February 22nd, she launched Shop Gitika, or is it just Gitika's?
It's just Gitika, but our at is Shop Gitika.
My lack of knowledge. But there's cargo bags, there's studded bags. They come in 4 colors currently.
Yes.
There's green.
Yes.
But like you have cute names for them.
Yes, there's the moss indigo, which is our blue, which is this one, and then we have sterling, which is our white, and then slate, which is gray. I'm
currently wearing the blue cargo tourist bag.
Yes.
And that when I saw that one for the first time, there's so many zippers. It's like so cute and it matches everything I wear. It's very beautiful blue. It's almost denim, but it's not.
Yeah, it's like a washed, like organic canvas, but I did want it to kind of mimic denim.
Yeah, and it's just so gorgeous and the hardware on it. Like I'm obsessed by it. Like I love
Thank you.
I love it.
Thank you so much.
But what was your creative process when it came to designing the bags?
Honestly, for me, I kind of started this whole process like with myself in mind, to be honest, and just kind of wanting to see if this was something I could do and if I could make pieces that I would like to wear. So I did start this process in India and kind of with my family, and from there I started making like samples for myself, and then obviously seeing how those samples turned out, I realized that like there might be something there. So I shared that with like friends and family, and through that reception, I decided that was something I wanted to pursue further.
Mm-hmm. I feel like it's been really good vibes from everybody so far. What was like some of the first initial thoughts when it came to getting the samples?
Honestly, yeah, there's been a lot of love through the process, and I feel like creatively, like I've always felt super creative, but it always felt like a really big statement putting something out. And I think I definitely put a lot of pressure on myself as well to kind of do anything creatively. So I kind of held back. But once I had that reception, I think it allowed me to be a little bit more free and more playful with the process.
Yeah. It's hard to... Oh.
Sorry. No, go ahead.
But it is hard to put yourself out there, so just have to get like having a good safety net and like support net like that is always just so important.
100%, I definitely agree. I think like the process going back and forth was also a big culture shock because I was in India, so I was working with tailors and manufacturers and my family, so it was already a big learning curve just with like the language and the culture, but then also because I don't come from like a fashion background in terms of my schooling, I was really starting from scratch, so these were literally just ideas in my head that I put onto paper, and then going back and forth, like seeing the final product and going through all the samples was like definitely a really big learning experience for me. Yeah.
Because you went to school for business, right? So this is completely unrelated almost.
I went to school for global development studies.
It's like twin kind of, because I did global management.
Oh my God, love. Yeah, so completely unrelated to creative, like anything creative, but I knew like, because I was in school during COVID, so I knew that I definitely needed to get my degree, especially for like my mom and stuff. But I knew I wanted to do something creative kind of like through that time, especially during lockdown. So it was just a matter of time before I could like pursue that.
I feel like it definitely helps, like just because the creative process is everything, but just managing a business in general. Do you find like your degree has helped with that at all, or?
No.
I know. No. I know. It's like honestly same. Like business school, it's like I legit do not do anything that I learned. I'm like, it's fine.
Honestly, my degree really has nothing to do with business at all. So it definitely didn't help. But I think just like the help of like friends and family has been really helpful, and just like kind of figuring things out as I go for sure. So it's definitely been a learning process, especially on the business aspect.
Yeah, because that's like a whole different beast. But you were talking about how you went to India. So how did your travels influence the design process?
Honestly, I feel like I've been like lucky enough to travel extensively just growing up. So my mom has really instilled that like travel is kind of like an education in itself.
It's true.
So I think I've always had an inclination to like art and culture and food. So when you're traveling, like that really kind of plays a part in your creative process or how you form your personal taste, I guess. So I think that's something that I already had kind of baseline. And then when it was time for me to do something creative, like I knew that travel would be essential in me kind of seeing like where I align now as an adult in my personal style. So whether it's like like different art pieces like from different galleries I felt really impacted by, or if it was like, you know, like visiting Asia more so and seeing like the trends there. I think there was a lot of like factors that maybe like subconsciously influenced me more so, and just being like immersed in those environments, it definitely made a difference. For sure.
Can you list all the places you went? Because I remember seeing you on Instagram and I was like, damn, where the fuck is she now?
Yeah. So I was in India. I was in New Delhi. That's where my family lives. So I was with them. And then I traveled around India just with family and for different like jobs and stuff. And then I went to Thailand. I went to Bangkok and then a couple of islands with my grandma actually. And then I also went to Hong Kong as well.
I'm so jealous about Hong Kong.
Yeah, it was like, beautiful.
I want to go so bad.
You know, you would love it. You would literally love it. It's amazing.
Because I feel like you were saying, the traveling, even the names of the bags, like tourist, like that's inspired by traveling. And I do feel like these are really good travel bags. Like it's like the size of the one she's currently wearing is like you could fit like what can you fit in this one? I feel like it's so huge.
Yeah. Let me show you. So this one actually is really big.
I love it.
It's actually huge, but I just wear it usually kind of folded in half. But you can definitely fit like, I wanted it to be something that like you could wear every day.
Yeah.
But it's still somewhat of a statement piece as well. So it can elevate your wardrobe, but still super practical. In terms of the samples, when I was traveling, I was kind of wearing them and taking them to all these places with me. So when I was in Thailand, I was wearing actually like the Voyager, like the extra large, and that's what I carried around to travel. So I think that also influenced like the names and just that essence of like practicality. Like I wanted it to be like the one bag that like you keep with you for like an entire trip or like where to work or stuff like that. Yeah, because
it's like I don't think the camera's doing it justice. Like on the Voyager and the Tourist, there's so many pockets. So it's like you could like, this is like the bathroom pocket, you could have like the bedroom routine pocket. And like I have like some clothes in here right now actually, but like there's just so much stuff you can fit in this, and I think it is just such a perfect getaway bag. Yeah,
no, I completely agree. I did want everything to be just like very usable for kind of for anyone, like depending on what your life looks like, whether you want to wear the bag out for like going somewhere social or you wanted to use it in a more practical sense. I definitely wanted it to kind of appeal to a larger audience, just so that there is something for everyone depending on, I guess, like your age or your personal style as well.
Because I do feel like that's kind of split in two by you have the studded collection kind of thing, and then you have the more tourist collection kind of thing. What inspired the design process between those two bags?
Honestly, I think it's kind of a cross-section of like my personal style. Like for me, I really do like silver jewelry and hardware and stuff like that personally. So I think the studded collection was just more for me.
It compliments you so, like, just like for those who are not watching the video, like the jewelry she has on right now is like she's blinged out and it goes so well with the bag because the bag is like studded from like top to bottom. It's really amazing work.
Thank you so much. So yeah, this one was more for me, and I definitely had like my like girls in mind, I think, with the studded collection, more so. And I thought it was something that you could just wear more like going out or more a little bit more elevated. So that's kind of where I had like the studded collection in mind, while the cargo collection was something that I thought like was super usable for anyone. I wanted it to be a little bit more fluid with who could wear it, and like whether it's like, you know, like someone like you or like even an older person, like someone that could use it. Maybe they're using it just for practical sense, but I wanted it to be a little bit more open to everyone. But I also was just like super inspired by like obviously like the cargo style in bags. There was this Gord Standard bag from like 2003, and that one definitely influenced the design of the Nomad bag. And then when I went from there, I think I just kind of expanded off of that with the rest of the collection. Yeah,
it really is so amazing. Like when I posted it on Instagram, my family was like, oh my God, like I love, my little sister's like, I want one. I was like, so just wait, I'll get you one for your birthday. Not to spoil if she's watching. So you went to India to manufacture. How was the manufacturing process?
Yeah, so I actually went to India to, like, my family works in like they have an export house themselves for garments. So they manufacture for like boutiques in the Middle East and like Europe and stuff, more contemporary brands. So I went like kind of on this like creative journey to work with them. But I realized that like manufacturing is like super boring and not fun. And there's not a lot of like creative process in that. So I was kind of, that was a short-lived dream, I think, for me. But I did know that like I wanted to spend my time in India kind of exploring what other options I had creatively, and I didn't want to come back to Toronto without having some clarity on that, just because it was like a big move for a couple months. And one of my aunts, actually, she manufactures canvas goods, so like backpacks and lunch bags and stuff. So I decided, like, working with her, that maybe I'd try my hand at like designing just for myself at first. Because
you got to try so many things there. Like, it seems like you're just like, everyone in the family kind of is in the business. So it's like, and they're all on different avenues. So it's like, what a great way to just like kind of dip your feet in the water for like what you really want to do with it.
Exactly. Yeah. It was a great exposure to see like what I liked and what I didn't like. And I think I definitely found out what I didn't like first. And I definitely felt like super lost during that process, just because I was like, you know, there alone kind of. Like I had my family, but I was without like my parents or like
extended family is like completely different. Like it's like all love, but it's like it's like they're kind of strangers like to a point.
Yeah, I think like it's harder to be there like for so long, especially with no like specific end date either, that I was like, okay, I need to figure this out. But luckily things definitely fell into place once I got to be a little bit more like creatively free.
Yeah, because it's scary. You kind of like, oh my God. But that's kind of also a drive too, because it's like, well, I need to figure something out. I'm here. I don't know when I'm gonna not be here, but it's like we're gonna figure something. I'm gonna go home. Like
exactly. Yeah. It definitely gave me that push, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. So what were some influences for the bags? I know you said Gord Standard earlier for the cargo ones, but
I think like for me, I've always been super influenced. That's a good question, actually.
Because you're always decked out. Like it's like. For those who follow Gitika, she'll just be on her story. It's always just like, just such a nice outfit, always. And you always have opinions on fashion too. So I'm like, you're definitely tapped into the culture.
Yes, 100%. I think I spent a lot of my time like I think most of my time is consuming like fashion content, whether it's like older runway shows or like just like seeing what like local consignment shops are selling or whatever. I feel like that's kind of the media that I really do consume the most of, just mainly out of interest, of course. For me, like some of my standout brands would definitely be like Margiela is a big influence for me, and I really like the deconstruction that like Martin Margiela influenced through the brand. And then I also really like the Rick Owens Lilies line is something that I really resonate with. And then more now, I think like some newer brands would be like Paloma Wool or like Gimmiquas, if that's how you say it.
Yeah.
So those are kind of like the brands that do definitely stand out to me at the moment, but I feel like that's always changing. And I think in terms of like design, my reference points were a lot more open. And I think I was more open to brands that maybe I was aligned with, just for like inspiration and just to kind of get the ball rolling. Because
it's kind of just like, well, yeah, I love these brands, but it's like, let's see what everyone's doing. Let's see, like, you never really know when inspiration will strike. Like it could literally be like, I'm looking at this carpet right now. It's like, oh, that's like a cute pattern.
No, literally, it's so true.
Yeah, so the marketing has been insane, which is like a completely different piece than manufacturing and designing a bag, which is like, I can't, like, but it's just there's so much more to it, and you've been killing it. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, for sure. I think, honestly, like, as I said earlier, I felt like, you know, putting out something creative for me personally felt like a really big statement. And though I felt like, okay, I personally thought the product was great and I got really great reception towards it, I didn't want to like fumble on the marketing aspect or have like kind of that rollout of the product not be up to par. So I wanted it to kind of have that elevated feel, even though we are like a new and emerging brand. So I'd been lucky enough to kind of find friends that were able to kind of help me achieve that. So our videographer who's been doing all the videos for the rollout, Philip, he's been super amazing and just super helpful with the creative process. And he's been able to like bring all of my creative ideas to life just with the direction. So that's been like super amazing. And I think like also just in terms of the rollout, I wanted it to have a lot of like essence of like myself in it as well. So at least for people who do know me, they kind of get a feel that it really is like my brand. So I wanted it to have something that was kind of like, obviously appeals, like we want to be like genderless and fluid and for everyone, but at the same time, if you do know me, you could still feel a little bit of my personal style.
Like the feminine touch.
Exactly, kind of thing. Yeah. So yeah, we've been trying our best with the rollout. I think we had a lot of momentum going up into our pop-up, but we just want to keep that going for the next couple of months and then obviously into future collections as well.
Because I remember, obviously I knew that they were coming because I saw like you behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And I just remember being with Sean, I was like, oh my God, when is she launching these bags? Like, I'm like, I need these bags out. And you were, I remember when the launch, you kind of trickled it because you're a very mysterious person, I feel. So I feel like the launch of like the Gitika brand was so like, ooh, it's like, here's a little teaser. Here's a little something for you guys. And I'd be like, okay. It was just such like a great, it was fun to follow along with too.
Oh, thank you so much.
And then the launch party, which I did not get to attend and I'm so sad about.
I know,
but it looked so good. And like those cookies, like
No, thank you so much. The launch party honestly was much better than I expected. It
was a big turnout.
It was. I expected 0 people to come, so it's honestly a way bigger turnout than I anticipated. But honestly, a lot of people came out and showed a lot of love, and I'm super grateful for all the support from everyone in the community and obviously all my friends. But I wish you were able to be there.
I know. It's like,
when was it?
Where was it?
Oh, it was at Capsule Studios. So it was a great space. Honestly, Capsule's like really great to like make your own for an event. So we were able to kind of like transform it into the Gitika like
the Gitika experience.
The Gitika experience, exactly. So it was really great. We had a DJ and we had like some extra like we had cookies when you like purchased a bag and stuff. So it was super cute and it was nice to just like have everyone there and see the product in real life.
Yeah. So what was your pricing strategy for the bag?
Honestly, for me, just like being an avid shopper myself, I think I'm always looking at mid-range products, like whether they're emerging designers, like on Essence, or if they're like, or if I'm shopping secondhand, like consignment, I think like as someone who likes to shop a lot, that is something I can afford to do. So I'm not always buying big ticket items. And I think like to refresh your wardrobe, that's something that like you kind of have to do a little bit more. So for me, I thought like I wanted the experience of the bag and purchasing the bag to still be elevated. So I wanted to include like dust bags and all of those like smaller details that you would get with something of like a mid-range price without having to spend a lot of money. And then also just keeping everything organic and handmade. Like I know that this isn't a leather product. I didn't want to kind of like overly charge for it. But at the same time, I did want the entire experience just to be as elevated as possible. Just because I know that also like with canvas, sometimes like it can be a little bit like it can come across a little bit like cheaper, I guess. So I just wanted to kind of find our own lane.
It's like the quality of these bags though is like this is like I'm trying to like get some ASMR for those listening. It's like it's very well made. Like there's a lot of quality and love that was put into this.
Like it is a canvas bag, but I did want it to be like definitely it stand on its own as like a fashion piece, so less utility and more of like a piece that is like a staple in your wardrobe in terms of like your personal style. So kind of finding that cross section for me definitely got us to that mid-range point, I think, just so that we could have those like added details that kind of like elevate the product as well.
Yeah, because you mentioned like secondhand consignment shopping. That's kind of the only way I shop really. Like I don't ever really buy anything new. I don't even like the mall. I don't ever go to the mall. I'm like only buying secondhand. So it's like when I saw this bag, I was like, well, that's kind of the price of like a luxury secondhand bag. And I was like, well, this is a brand new bag. And it's like, this is great. I was like, let me buy this. So we're currently adorning me in every bag.
Literally.
I feel like I'm on like, what is it, QVC?
Literally.
Oh my god.
I didn't even bring the bigger ones, but I think this is more than enough.
It's like so I'm wearing most of the bags available. I think every color is here too. Yeah, we have blue. I'm so bad with the colors.
No, that's okay.
You got moss. I remember this one being moss. Is sterling
this one's sterling, the white, and then the gray is slate, and then the blue is indigo.
So indigo is the blue bag, sterling is the white bag, slate is the gray bag, and moss is the green bag.
Yes.
It's funny because there's like, you've met Sterling.
Oh yeah,
when she saw it, she's like, oh, she spelled Sterling right because you spelled it not with an E, you spelled it with an I. She's like, that's how I spell it. So a little shout out to Sterling if she's watching. It's like this is the one I'm wearing, but in blue and aqua. I'm so bad with this.
Yeah, this one's in moss, but it's the same one you're wearing.
Yeah, fuck, this one's really nice too. I was in between getting the aqua.
What?
Indigo. Oh my god, it's like my terrible memory. I'm shy, I'm sorry.
No, you got it.
I was in between getting the indigo and the moss one, and I was like, okay, I already have a green bag, so it's like, let me get indigo.
No,
but this is really cute. Oh.
How did you come up with the logo?
Yeah, how did you come up with the logo?
So it's a letter G.
I kind of like resonate with it because it's like, well, I'm Gordon. Like it's like I see. It's like, yeah, I got a G on my bag.
No, seriously, it's for you actually. Honestly, I wanted something. I went through a lot of names, and they weren't very good. But I wanted it to have like my criteria was like something, the name to be like unique and short and like start with the letter G. And then I realized that my name is all of those things. So we went with Gitika. And then for the logo, I wanted it to be kind of like a G of some sort. But I think through the process, I wanted something that was still like very crisp and clean and memorable. So we somehow got to this place where this is the logo now, just so that it's like easy. And I did want it to like also like be on the bags and have that metal detailing. So something that people would remember, because I know Gitika is a harder name to remember and pronounce. So
I feel like that's not true.
No.
I like it's like Gitika. It's like a very it rolls off the tongue. It's a very easy name. It's very memorable too, I feel.
Yes, so that's kind of how I got here with the logo. I don't know.
So I think we're kind of wrapping it up now. But what is next for Gitika? I feel like the world's kind of your oyster. It's like, what's next?
Honestly, I think we have a lot coming. I definitely would love to have our bags in some local boutiques in Toronto, just to get that foot traffic and also just build connections with local stores. So that's definitely on my radar. And then obviously the design process, we're working on our next drop as well. So hopefully that comes late summer, early fall. So drop 2 is on the way as well. So we'll see what that looks like.
Do you have any little hints for drop 2? What can we expect?
Some of your favorites will be coming back for sure, and some new colors, and then some new styles as well.
Ooh, I'm excited. It's like, let me get my purse and wallet ready.
No, literally.
Do you have anything you want to say to the people who've been supporting the brand so far?
Yeah. Wait, do I? Like,
You're like, thanks.
Yeah, thanks so much, guys. Like, no. Honestly, fuck. Yeah, literally.
You're like, thank you, guys.
No, literally. But no, the support so far has been super insane and honestly hard to grasp, just because I think like through this process, I've been like super nervous to kind of put anything out. So it's been really nice to just get the love from like strangers and from people in the community and people that I respect so much in the creative like scene as well. So I'm super grateful for all the love and support, and I can't wait to see all of you in your bags as well.
Well, thank you for coming on. It was like, I knew with the bags, I was like, I need to have Gitika on the show. Like, I just thought, and honestly, I feel like it turned out really well. So.
Well, thank you so much for having me. This was so much fun.
Yay!